Hello. Um, I want to ask um, Christians from, I would say, more from an evangelical sect or a born again sect. Those type of Christians, the ones that claim to be evangelists, evangelical or Pentecostal. Um, what else? Nazarene, maybe Lutheran. I would like to ask them a question, and I'm very sincere about this. Can you please define what love is um, in the context of God's love towards human beings? I mean, can you give us? I would love you guys to um, present a video describing in full detail what it means when you say God loves human beings. Um, how does this love? Because one of the problems I'm having is that love is a human concept. I'm sure that you, I'm sure that some of you say that it comes from God, but um, it seems to me that God's love's different, very different, and it seems to me like incompatible with me understanding love from this reality. So, can you please define how is God's love as a parent? How is God's love similar to a parent in full detail? Explain to us like you know how how we view parental love, love between a parent and a child. How is that similar to God's love? Um, because I love to hear that. Um, it seems to me that God is a dictator in the Bible. He dictates laws and basically what he wants. That is basically how it goes. And his love, I just don't see how it's similar to the love between human beings. Um, I don't understand it. I mean, actually, love between human beings actually it doesn't require trusting that they exist. You actually know that they exist. You actually interact with human beings, and you generate this type of love between them. You value that person. You talk to that person. I just don't understand how you map this love with God's love that many theists continue to say, and they continue to say it repeatedly, but to me it doesn't mean anything because I don't enter. It's almost like you're saying that God loves us in many ways, in how we love each other, and I don't really see that in the Bible. I don't really see how that maps. I see quotes of God's love in the Bible. I see theists constantly say God loves, but they don't actually present it. They actually expect us just to know it, or they just think that just saying it means anything to us. So, my advice to you, if you really believe that there's a God and He loves us, very similar, very similar to how human beings love each other, very similar to how a parent loves a child, or if you want to compare it to just general love of a human being, I would advise you to make a video and describe it in full detail how we can understand God's love by making a human analogy, because you have to make a human analogy at some point. You can't just say, well, God's love is completely different, is so distinct from how we how a parent and a child love each other. um, if you make that assertion, then the word is meaningless to me. So in some fundamental way, there has to be some essence. You have to communicate some essence of how you claim God loves human beings. Um, is it is identical to the essence of how a parent loves a child. Because I use the parent-child analogy because in the Bible, at least in the New Testament, God is called the Father. Okay, so His love would be similar to a parent, similar to how a father loves a child. Is it that? I just don't understand how just continue to say that God loves without really presenting anything. makes us understand it. So if you guys can do that, make videos talking in detail how the love, a father's love of a daughter and a father's love of a son in the human reality is analogous or fundamentally analogous to how God the Father loves mankind or humankind. Thanks.